Hey y'all, Kathleen here, also known as K Short. I just wanted to read this passage to all of you from this book that I'm reading called Dangerous Prayers by Groeschel. It's a story I read last night, and it's really about the posture of my heart as to why I'm creating the Daily Digital Reflection course along with the Daily Digital Declutter course. And so it goes. This gentleman, by the way, is a pastor, and so he was talking about how when there's people who love us and they tell us that there's something that we can improve on, particularly if two or more people that we love tell us that there's something that we need to improve on, that maybe it's something worth paying attention to. And so it says, in recent years, I finally had to pause and recognize something that was out of whack in my life. Several people suggested that I was a slave to my mobile phone. My wife, Amy, was the loudest and most outspoken. My kids sighed and rolled their eyes as they spoke volumes as well. Before I took their loving observation seriously, my defenses kicked in. The expert rationalizer emerged. What I'm doing is important. To be a good pastor, I have to be available to people. I'm leading a church, and my opinion is important. My social media presence can be a good witness. I really need to see how my last Instagram post is performing and check to see if there are any comments needing my attention. You would think that hearing from Amy and my kids would be enough, but when a few people from the office mentioned it, my old seminary professor's advice started to echo in on my brain. So I decided to pray. Show me, God. Show me if there is an offensive way in me. Is this a problem? I was at my son's soccer game when God answered my prayer. I was responding to a text and missed my son's amazing corner kick that his teammate headed into the goal to take the 1-0 lead against the top-ranked team. Then late in the second half, with the game tied 1-1 and a few minutes left to go, I missed my son's game-winning goal because I was checking on a social media post. God showed me clearly. I was settling for a counterfeit reality and missing out on what mattered most. I was missing out on my life, losing precious moments with the people I love most. And again, y'all, I wanted to read this and share this with all of you because this is the posture that I'm having when it comes to this particular course. This is the first course I'm putting out there in the world because I want it to act as a prerequisite to any work that you all do with me in the future. Because I want you to know, like, where my heart is at is bringing us back to each other, is bringing us back to curiosity within each other and for each other, and back to connection with each other and for each other. And so this was the perfect example and the perfect story to say we are missing out on life with the people that we care about most. You know, I'm sure his son was pretty upset, and I'm sure when his son asked him, hey dad, did you see that we won and we got the goal? And he says, no, I was checking a social media post and sending a text message and was so consumed with scrolling with what everyone else is posting online. Sorry, son, I missed that moment. And so we are just missing all of the important moments in our life, y'all. And you know, when you think about life, a lot of times we think like, oh, it's all of these big grand things. And just to be fully transparent with all of you, I just got back from a big grand thing. I just got back from a vacation in Canada for the first time and spent my summer there. And I rarely documented it. And that's huge for someone like me who has grown up with these devices and was addicted to social validation online. And what I realized that it wasn't about being in Canada and being in Montreal and all those things. What really stood out to me was all of the moments, the little moments that added up to what became the big moment of this beautiful time in Canada. And so the reality is people captured it for me. I didn't have to capture it because everyone already did it for me. And so I just couldn't believe, like, wow, I've actually finally broke this addiction, this thing that's been a part of my life for over 15, even almost 20 years. Actually 20 years. I've been on the internet since like 2002, probably a little bit earlier than that, you know? And so now that where I'm at, I'm just like, yo, like, people are missing out on this short life that we have here. So I just wanted to share that story with all of you. I wanted to document this here in this moment and just ensure and make sure that you all don't miss out on the important moments in the people you love's life, including your own. We're not here for a very long time, y'all, so do not waste it and put so much time into these devices. They're a beautiful thing, they're a beautiful tool, but not meant to be lived on. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this inspired you to get off your phone a little bit more often and look up more often, more importantly. All right, bye now.